What if I told you there are trees that kill birds on purpose? Or tiny fungi that can fire microscopic spores faster than a bullet? You probably think you have a decent grasp on how the world works. But nature has some secrets that are so bizarre, so unbelievable, they sound like they're from another planet. It's time to question what you think you know. Today we're exploring the weirdest corners of nature and biology. We found 10 facts that sound completely fake but are 100% scientifically proven to be true. From mammals that can poison you to plants that have evolved to eat, well, not insects, we're counting down the truths that will make you see the world a little differently. Things are about to get strange. Section 10. You are more radioactive than a banana. Let's start with something that might make you look at your fruit bowl a little differently. You've probably heard the trivia that bananas are radioactive. And it's true. They contain a naturally occurring radioactive isotope, potassium-40. But here's the twist. Your own body is way more radioactive than a single banana. That's right. Potassium is essential for our cells to function, especially our nerves and muscles. Just like bananas, our bodies contain potassium-40 as a tiny fraction of our total potassium. So while a banana has a minuscule amount of this isotope, the average adult has a much larger quantity, making you naturally more radioactive than your morning snack. Before you start worrying, this is a completely normal and harmless level of radiation. It's a tiny part of being alive on Earth. So, the next time someone brings up the radioactive banana fact, you can hit them with an even more surprising truth. Section 9. Some mammals are venomous. When you think of venomous animals, you probably picture snakes, spiders, or scorpions. You almost certainly don't think of furry, warm-blooded mammals. But coming in at number 9 is the unbelievable fact that some mammals are indeed venomous. It's a rare trait, but it proves the animal kingdom is always full of surprises. The most famous example is the male platypus. This strange, egg-laying mammal has a sharp, hollow spur on each hind leg connected to a venom gland. During mating season, males use these spurs to deliver an excruciatingly painful sting to their rivals. While the venom isn't lethal to humans, it's known to cause immediate and severe pain that can last for weeks or even months and is notoriously difficult to treat with conventional painkillers like morphine. One man who was spurred described the pain as worse than being hit by shrapnel. But the platypus isn't alone. Certain species of shrews produce venomous saliva to paralyze their insect and worm prey. It's a chilling reminder that even the most seemingly harmless animals can have a dangerous side. Section 8. You can be pregnant and have no idea. At number 8, we have a fact that sounds like a plot from a TV drama, but is a real medical phenomenon. You can be heavily pregnant and not even know it. This is called a cryptic pregnancy, and it's more common than you might think. Studies suggest that about 1 in every 475 pregnancies goes undetected until at least 20 weeks. That's about halfway through. Even more shocking, around 1 in 2,500 women only realize they're pregnant when they go into labor. So, how is that possible? A few factors can play a role. Some women have very irregular periods, so missing one isn't an immediate red flag. Others experience few or no typical pregnancy symptoms, like morning sickness or major weight gain. In some cases, light bleeding during pregnancy is mistaken for a period. And sometimes, a person might subconsciously deny the possibility of pregnancy, explaining away any signs. It's a baffling condition that challenges our most basic assumptions about pregnancy, proving the human body and mind can work in very mysterious ways. Section 7. Birds use cigarette butts to fumigate their nests. Human pollution is usually bad for wildlife, but at number 7, we have a weird example of animals turning our trash into treasure. Urban birds, like house sparrows and finches, have been seen using smoked cigarette butts to line their nests, and it's not for decoration. They're using them for chemical warfare. Researchers discovered that nests with more cigarette filter material had fewer parasitic mites. The key ingredient is nicotine. The nicotine left in smoked filters is a powerful pesticide that repels pests like mites. To test this, scientists set up traps and found that those with fibers from smoked cigarettes attracted far fewer parasites than traps with unsmoked filters. This suggests the birds are choosing the butts for their chemical properties. It's a brilliant adaptation to city life, basically using our garbage as a pest control service. But there's a downside. The toxic chemicals in the butts can also cause genetic damage to the chicks, making it a risky survival strategy. Section 6. A tree that thrives on lightning. Getting hit by millions of volts of electricity sounds like a bad day for any living thing. But at number 6, we have a tree that has learned to use lightning to its advantage. In the tropical forests of Panama, the tonka bean tree, or Dipteryx oleifera, not only survives direct lightning strikes, but actually benefits from them. Scientists were amazed to find that these trees were consistently unharmed by strikes powerful enough to kill more than a dozen of their neighbors. A single lightning strike can wipe out surrounding trees and, importantly, destroy the parasitic vines known as lianas that compete for sunlight. By surviving the blast, the Dipteryx tree gets its competition cleared out and is freed from its parasitic burden. Because these trees are often the tallest in their area, they are more likely to be hit. Research shows that all 9 observed Dipteryx trees that were directly struck survived with only minor damage, while 64% of other struck species died within 2 years. It's an incredible and brutal dynamic, turning a random destructive act of nature into a personal landscaping service. Section 5. An animal that shoots blood from its eyes. Next up at number 5 is one of the most hardcore defense mechanisms in the entire animal kingdom. The Texas horned lizard, when threatened, can shoot a targeted stream of blood straight out of its eyes. This isn't just passive bleeding, it's an active and controlled defense. When facing a predator like a coyote or fox, the lizard can restrict blood flow from its head, causing the pressure in the sinuses around its eyes to skyrocket. This pressure gets so intense it ruptures tiny vessels in its eyelids, launching a jet of blood up to 5 feet away. But it gets weirder. The lizard's main diet is harvester ants, and it incorporates their toxic chemicals into its blood. This gives the blood a foul taste that is especially repulsive to canines, causing them to back off in disgust. It's a shocking, grotesque, and brilliant survival tactic that sounds like something from a horror movie. Section 4. Fungi that fire. Microscopic cannons. You might think the world of fungi is slow and quiet, but our number 4 fact will literally blow that idea away. Certain fungi, especially the dung-loving Pilobolus, have a reproductive strategy that involves firing their spores like microscopic cannonballs. And this isn't a gentle puff. It's one of the fastest accelerations in nature. Pilobolus grows on animal dung and has a problem. Herbivores won't graze near their own waste. To get its spores onto fresh grass to be eaten and spread, the fungus has evolved a high-pressure water gun. Below the spore packet is a fluid-filled sac that builds up immense pressure. When it's ready, the sac erupts, launching the spore packet with an acceleration of up to 180,000 Gs. That's 180,000 times the force of Earth's gravity. The spore packet can hit speeds of 55 miles per hour in just the first millimeter of flight, traveling over 6 feet to land on clean vegetation. It's an explosive marvel of biological engineering, all happening too small and too fast for the human eye to see. Section 3. One of the world's largest organisms is a fungus. When you picture the largest living thing on Earth, you probably think of a blue whale or a giant sequoia. They're huge, but they don't hold the top spot. At number 3, one of the largest known organisms on the planet is a fungus. For a long time, the title was held by a specimen of Armillaria ostoyi, or the humongous fungus, in Oregon's Malheur National Forest. This single genetic individual covers a staggering 2,385 acres, the size of about 1,665 football fields. What you might see on the surface are clusters of honey mushrooms, but most of the organism is a massive underground network of thread-like structures called mycelium that slowly kill trees for food. This fungus is estimated to be up to 8,000 years old and weigh as much as 35,000 tons. However, the title of largest is always up for debate, with other massive single organisms competing, like a clonal colony of aspen trees in Utah named Pando, and a massive seagrass meadow in Australia. Section 2. The plant that evolved to eat poop. Carnivorous plants are already weird, but our number 2 fact takes it to a much grosser level. A tropical pitcher plant on the mountains of Borneo has mostly given up eating insects and instead evolved to eat mammal droppings. This plant, Nepenthes lowii, has a special relationship with mountain tree shrews. As the plant matures, its pitchers change from insect traps into something that looks and works just like a toilet bowl. The pitcher's lid produces a sugary nectar that the shrews love. The plant is perfectly shaped so that to lick the nectar, a shrew has to position its backside right over the opening. As the shrew eats, it poops into the pitcher, giving the plant a steady supply of nitrogen. In its nutrient-poor habitat where insects are scarce, this plant gets nearly all of its nitrogen from shrew feces. It's a bizarre and brilliant example of coevolution, where a plant created the perfect rest stop to get a meal you won't find anywhere else. Section 1. The tree that murders birds. And now, for our number 1 most unbelievable fact. On some tropical islands, there is a tree that deliberately kills birds by covering them in its super sticky seeds. It's a brutal survival strategy that has earned the Pisonia tree the nickname, the birdcatcher tree. These trees produce long, spiny seed pods covered in a thick, glue-like mucus. The goal is to have the seeds latch onto the feathers of seabirds and hitch a ride to new islands. But the system is often tragically flawed. Sometimes, so many seed pods stick to a bird that it becomes too weighed down to fly. The sticky seeds can also mat their feathers or clump around their beaks, leading to starvation. In the worst cases, birds get completely stuck to the tree and die right there on its branches. The ground under these trees is often littered with the mummified remains of their victims. It seems counterintuitive to kill the animals you need for dispersal, but in these massive bird colonies, enough survive the sticky trap to carry the seeds to new shores. It's a dark, gruesome side of nature, where a plant's survival comes at a deadly price. So, there you have it. 10 facts that prove our world is far stranger than we could ever imagine. From radioactive people to killer trees and blood-shooting lizards, reality is truly wilder than fiction. Which of these facts blew your mind the most? Was it the poop-eating plant or the giant fungus? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing what surprised you. And if you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, share this video with a friend, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.